the east. We in now. All right. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Double honor to the elder apostle GMS who ruled well. Salute you brothers pushing this word. And truth and sincerity, strength, power, YAHAWASHI. And shalom to you brothers and sisters growing in trust, spirit, and power, YAHAWASHI. Shalom to you too. Let me fix this camera around, man. I ain't even got the camera fixed around. But yeah, go into what you was talking about, bro, before the camera came on.
Oh, okay. I was looking at a speech that the president of Mexico was doing, Miss Claudia, and I have a hard time pronouncing her last name. How do you pronounce it? Sheinbaum?
Sheinbaum or something.
Sheinbaum or something.
Yeah,
but I was looking into one of her little speeches that she did, and how she was going into, they were asking her about all these tariffs that Donald Trump was supposed to be putting on Mexico, and how she was basically going into how, to make a long story short, it's going to affect the U.S. people more than what they think. But what I was telling the elder is that I had came across the program or the app that them migrants were using to get over here to the U.S. border, and they were using an app on a phone from the U.S. government. It's called a CBP, which is like not a digital, but it's something you can do over your phone, where is biometric to be able to apply for your asylum into the United States.
Okay.
And so they were applying from Central America, from Salvador or from Honduras or from Venezuela, and that's the reason why they were actually getting to the borders. And a lot of people were trying to criticize Mexico and say, well, why ain't the Mexican government stopping them? Well, a lot of those had already made appointments through that app on their phone, which is a CBP, to actually come and fill out, paperwork for their asylum.
Right.
So that's what they were. That's why they were coming over here. You know what I'm saying? Which is like a biometric system that they got going on in the U.S. government.
Yeah.
And that's why they weren't stopping them. You know what I'm saying? As they were coming through Mexico.
Okay. But see, that's the way these Edomites do. That's the way these Edomites do when they running for president or running for governor or anything. They always point the finger at the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans as if they are the cause of the economy failing and job loss and hyperinflation and all that type of stuff. It's always pointing at the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans because of the decline of a society. They always campaign on that. But it's the Edomites that be in control of everything that don't be taking care of the people, man. Be stealing all the money and taking it for themselves, man. And they'll blame it on the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans as if they're the problem. Right. The reason why people are not prospering, you're not getting a raise on your job, or the decline of economics. Nah, it's these Edomites that's in government position that's paid by lobbyists, which goes back to them so-called Jews that control everything, and they pushing money elsewhere. Like all that money they dumping in Ukraine. Right. You think the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans got something to do with that? But the government and the president-elect and the president are be pointing a finger at migrants coming up here. The Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans ain't tell them to put no money over there in Ukraine like that. Right. But that's what they do. And then they blame it on the Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans. And the American people so stupid, they ain't gonna do no research. So they're just gonna take whatever somebody in authority, the one who they voted for, they just gonna take their words, hook, line, and sinker, and just run with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can see, plain today, they dumping all that money in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? And then Donald Trump will be the future president campaigning that he gonna get rid of all the migrants. Man, what about all that money you dumping over here?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your government friends is stealing all the money and putting it over there. What about all that? And then you are mentioning it to the people, and the people be like, yeah. But like I said last week, that ain't nothing but good cop and bad cop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's all that is. Good cop and bad cop. Y'all are the same bird's feather. You know, of the same bird's feather, man. You see? Y'all on the same team, man.
Right.
Ain't no difference. But the brother got something to read. What you got?
It's actually going into the CBP,
okay,
which is started in October the 28th of 2020.
Right.
And it's called Customs and Border Protection.
Mm-hmm.
It's a launch that they did. It's a free launch that they did. It's a mobile app where you're able to get into the app and basically fill out an application to come and get your asylum. You know what I'm saying? To the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Which that was the reason why they couldn't do nothing, because they had already had appointments at the border. You know what I'm saying?
But see, what you're doing research and trying to figure out what you found out why those things are happening and why they coming up here like that. The average person ain't finna go do no research like that because they too damn stupid, man. You gotta face you brothers and sisters waking up to this truth. You gotta face the reality, man. Our people are so far gone and so stupid that when you talk to them about the thing that you're seeing, they not looking at it. And when you talk to them, it's like a deer in the headlights, man. You know, they're in a confused state, man, when you talking to them because they not familiar with what you're saying, man. So you just got to come to the conclusion that our people they just out of there, man. Their brain just fried, man. And ain't no hope for them. And the end game is for you to see them missiles hit our own people, man. Because it ain't no hope for them, man. You try to explain to them certain things, man, they just can't get it. They just can't get it, man. Well, this in the scriptures are just normal life. Right. Hey, man, don't do this, do this, do this. They can't get it. It's like you talking to them, but they can't hear you. That's just in regular life. Not even just talking about the scripture, just regular life, man. They can't hear you, man. It's like ain't nobody listening. Go ahead, bro.
Well, I'll read a little bit into it, and the reason for it is because, you know, like the elder was saying, a lot of people don't actually go into research and don't look at the fact that there was a lot of women with children when they were first starting to come over here. But this was published on June the 2nd of 2023. It says, in October 28, 2020, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, launched a mobile device application called CBP-1 so that travelers could access certain agencies' functions on mobile devices. Over the last 2 years, the agency has expanded CBP. Once user, the app has become the only way that migrants arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border seeking asylum at a port of entry can pre-schedule appointment for processing and maintaining guarantee asylum abilities. It says CBP-1 also became the only way that Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans seeking a secure travel organization to obtain parole through special programs for those nationalities can submit their biometric information to the CBP.
Yeah, you see?
And that's why they were coming over here and they weren't being touched or stopped or anything, because they already had applications, you know what I'm saying, to come in.
Yeah, and the government knew that.
And the government knew that.
But they ain't telling the average citizen.
Nuh-uh. And now they're pushing the Mexican, the so-called Mexican president into stricting their borders.
Yeah.
Which the president actually said that's the reason why all these caravans that were coming, they didn't touch them. They didn't do nothing to them because they were already scheduled appointments that they already had with the United States. So now she said that they will and they do secure the border. You know what I'm saying, from Central America. You know what I'm saying?
So another thing I was looking at, she was quoting information that the government did that she was saying this less so-called migrants coming up here during the time of Biden when he was in office. They said it was less. You know what I'm saying? That's what she was saying.
Right.
Due to the documents that was in American hands.
Right.
You know, North America hands. You know?
Right. Right.
You know, that's the way the government is, man. Just be lying about every damn thing. Lying, man. Just fucking lying, man. That's what they do, man. It's just a world of lies, man.
And then there
you
was
gotta
also
do research, man, to find out the truth, man.
Right. Right.
You know? And what was you gonna say also?
Oh no, they also went into how the tariffs are actually going to affect the American people because she said that hopefully the American people haven't forgot that a lot of businesses are actually in Mexico that are owned by the United States. So when they start to put tariffs on Mexico, the United States is actually putting tariffs on their own goods to when they do get shipped into the United States, it's basically gonna hit the consumer. And they're talking about maybe a $3,000 increase on a lot of products, which a lot of them are vehicles, like General Motors, Ford, and another brand. But he said all those vehicles are basically going to go up for the U.S. consumer $3,000.
Yeah, and they're just like they want to put tariffs on China, and they want to put tariffs on Canada. And Canada was like, shit, y'all get oil from us, so that means gas gonna go up. You see? Yep. So that's the plan of Donald Trump. But see, what people don't know is America did tariffs. That's how they used to fund the government around the 18 and the 1700s. See, what Trump is doing is going far back into the past and seeing how the old government was working. But it was smaller back then. But during the 18 and the 1700s, that's how they would fund the government and the citizens wouldn't get taxed. You see? But the government is bigger now. So what Trump want to do is try to go back and do like they were doing in the 18 and the 1700s. But that ain't gonna work because the government is bigger and thinking that you gonna help the citizens to where they can save money. Nah, that's gonna cause inflation. You see, because you're getting your products from outside of America. You see, and you then pushed all the manufacturers and companies outside of America. And once you start taxing Canada, once you start taxing China, once you start taxing Mexico, it ain't gonna look good for the average American consumer. Right. Because they're gonna have to pay for that. Right. You see? But the people in America looking at it like, oh man, it's a good thing. He gonna hit them with tariffs. Man, they ain't gonna do nothing but cause problems for you. And they ain't gonna do nothing but cause a war. Right. That's it, man. So give me Proverbs 11 and 1.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to YAHAWAH by SHAM YAHAWASHI, but a just weight is his delight.
So the American dollar is a false balance because it ain't backed up by nothing, man. Right. You know, you trying to tax somebody to get actual product from other countries, right? But you put them companies in that country so you won't get taxed as much by leaving America, but you're trying to put taxes to get them products, and that money ain't even backed up by nothing. It's toilet paper, man. It ain't backed up by no resources, which is gold and silver, man. You see? And that's why you got these countries are getting away from America, man, because this place is out of here, man. This place is out of here, man. And you got Jake fighting tooth and nail, hand and foot, and everything else, trying to hoard this American dollar bill when it ain't worth nothing, man.
Right.
That's why they're gonna go to the chip, which is the mark of the beast. That's why they're gonna go that route, because they looking at it like that's the last thing that can save America concerning economics, man. Because this place is gonna fall apart concerning economics, man. Because all these nations is gonna start going their own way. And America gonna try to save itself by going through the digital currency, you know, stable coin, and then to the chip. It ain't gonna work, man. They only gonna get so far. Meaning it ain't gonna work to where it's gonna last forever, what I mean.
Right.
But it's gonna work to a certain point in time, because the Most High is gonna allow it. People gonna take the chip of these prophets. But that's what's gonna get them destroyed.
I believe that's what they were doing, like a test run with all their migrants, that they were having them do all that through an app,
Yeah.
which is digital,
Yeah.
and they were being GPS the whole time. They went from their country all the way to the border.
Yeah, so they got all their information, man. They got all their information in the database, man.
Yep.
That's what it's all about, getting all your information to control you, man, having these database, man. We know everything about you, man.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying, America standing on this currency, which is a false balance, it's an abomination to how the heaven part this country. It ain't real money, man. So you using this fake money as a weapon, man, it's gonna get you destroyed, man. You see? That's what it's gonna be, man. All right, shalom, brother.
Hey, YAHAWASHI, SHAM.
But it's a false balance, man. And that's what's gonna get you destroyed, man. You see? And that's what's gonna get America destroyed, man, because America, that's its foundation, is that fake money, man. Once that they start cutting that off, and they get to the point to where America gotta go to that digital currency, that microchip, which is the mark of the beast, man, it's gonna be over for this place, man. It's gonna be over, man, because that's what's keeping the people able to buy the things they buying right now.
Right.
You see? Because people still using their dollar around the world. But once they just cut it all the way off, it's over with, man. Your standard of living gonna go down, all the way down. All the way down, because that money ain't backed by nothing.
Right.
You see? But Jake trying to come up here because they trying to flee. They just like in the ancient world. Give me that in no, drop that. Give me that in 2nd Ezra 13 and 40.
All right. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40.
Now, this is going into, when you read the Apocrypha, this shows you where the 10 tribes went when they was in captivity, leaving when they was taken, you know, when the northern kingdom was taken out of Israel, you know, when they was taken out of Israel, so to speak, and they was taken into captivity because of their sins, and the curses fell up on them. So they was removed out of their land. Now this is the northern kingdom, and it tells you that they was taken into captivity up under the Assyrians, which was heathen. But they were taken captive because of their sins, how they were being rebellious against the Heavenly Father and His Son. So this is the northern kingdom, and it tells you where they went and what they did, you know. So go ahead, bro.
All right, this is 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they unto another land.
Go ahead. That was in slavery. You see? They went into slavery up under them Assyrians. Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where they where never made, Salakia, where never mankind dwelt.
So during the time of Solomon, you had them Canaanites come over here, you know, and get things to build Solomon's house and the temple. You know, they came over to get things. So that's why you had Olmec heads down there in South America, because those were landmarks. Just like you got the Statue of Liberty, that's a landmark to know you're close to the land. So the Olmec head was landmarks to let you know that you was close to the land. So that's what it was. So Israel, Solomon, and them Hamites knew about this land, but nobody was on this land to where it was inhabited and was built up, you know, and people were just living over here like this. Nah, it wasn't like that at first. So go ahead.
It says verse 42, that they might there keep their statues which they never kept in their own land.
Because they was going off. They was sinning, man. They kept sinning and going into captivity. And during the time of the Assyrians, that's how they was thinking in their minds. Look, we finna go somewhere else to try to keep the statutes of the commandments, but they still didn't do it when they got over here. I mean, it's records of them applying the scriptures. It's records that they was naming certain lands after the Hebrew name. You know, they found a lot of writings over here. They found a lot of books over here before the Spaniards destroyed them. You know, they had stuff over here. They was keeping the statute laws and commandments partially, but eventually they completely fell off, and that's when the Spaniards came to take them down again because of their sin. You know, but go ahead.
It says verse 43, and they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river. For the Most High then showed signs for them, held still the flood.
So you had Issachar reading the heavens to let them know which way to go, and you had Ephraim, the Puerto Ricans, leading. Go ahead.
So they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half.
So when Solomon, you know, and them Hamites came over here, it took them 3 years, because it take you a year and a half to get over here and a year and a half to get back. You see? So it took them 3 years. But when the northern kingdom came, it just took them a year and a half, and they stayed over here. And the current just brought them on over here. While, you know, Ephraim was leading and Issachar was reading heaven. Ephraim is the Puerto Rican, Issachar is the Mexican, while they was reading the heaven, you know? Go ahead.
This is verse 46. Then dwelt they there until the latter time, and now they shall begin to come.
They shall begin to come. It's talking about the southern kingdom. So we was going to come over here in slavery. Okay? So give me Amos chapter 9, verse 6.
This is Amos chapter 9, verse 6.
Go ahead.
It says, it is he that buildeth his stories.
No. Amos chapter 9. Hosea 9 and 6. I'm tripping. Hosea 9 and 6. You know? I'm tripping. Yeah. My fault, bro. Hosea 9 and 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This is Hosea chapter 9, verse 6. It says, for lo, they are gone because of destruction.
See? So they left from on the other side of the water because of destruction that happened to them. So they fled and came over here, the northern kingdom. So they fled from the destruction that was happened to them in the ancient times. And now they on this side. But just like you was reading the article about that digital, what is it called?
It's a CBP.
CBP, that digital application to allow them to come up here you know, to where they can seek asylum. Okay, go ahead. So they were fleeing from Assyria,
Right.
from their destruction, and now they over here, right? And now they want to come up here to Egypt, Babylon. Go ahead.
It says, Memphis shall bury them.
See, Memphis shall bury them. So what was the capital in ancient Egypt? That was the capital in ancient Egypt. You got a pyramid right over there in Memphis, 2 hours away. So now, you know, America is spiritually known as Egypt. You know what I'm saying? As Sodom too. America is spiritually known as Edom and Sodom, and it's known as Babylon the Great. But they want to come up here to Egypt, and it's saying Egypt shall bury them. You know, Memphis shall bury them. And Egypt, in Egypt, Memphis was the capital. So they're gonna get buried in Babylon, in Egypt. You see? Go ahead.
It says, Egypt shall gather them up, Memphis shall bury them.
See? So by them coming up here, linked in with their biometrics, eventually they're gonna get that chip and they're gonna end up being buried in this motherfucker. That's just what it's gonna be, right? That's the northern kingdom. And you got some of the southern kingdom coming up here too, because of Haitians are mixed in there too.
Yep.
But this is mainly talking about the northern kingdom, you know? Go ahead.
It says, the pleasant place of their silver. It says, nettles shall possess them, thorns shall be in their tables.
Yeah, so they ain't gonna have nothing, man. So they ain't gonna have nothing, man. You see? So Egypt is gonna take their possessions and go bury them, man. And this place gonna end up being destroyed, man. They gonna die here, man. You trying to make it up here thinking you're gonna get asylum from where you are from, you know what I'm saying? In the southern hemisphere of North America, you know. So we get away from that situation down here, you're gonna come up here and get buried.
Yep.
You see? Ain't no escaping, man. Them curses gonna kick in, man. You know?
That's what they're thinking that they're doing, that they're escaping their conditions down in Central America.
Yeah.
But not realizing, like you say, spirit that those conditions are follow them.
Don't follow them, man. That's the curses, man. You can't escape them curses that we have on us as a people, man. All you can do is just stay prayed up and keep it moving, man. Because them curses is on us, man. Them curses ain't gonna be lifted until YAHAWASHI come back, man. You know, and it tells you he the one that's gonna do it, man.